There's just something about grooming your horse the day before a big ride. It's our quiet little routine for me and Feather, my mare. We're getting ready, brushing off all the dust and dirt, and just soaking in the calm before the adventure tomorrow. Tomorrow we're heading out on a trail ride with a group of riders that I've not met before. I have met two of the ladies before. It's kind of exciting, but kind of nerve-wracking at the same time. But that's the thing about horses, right? They have a way of bringing the right people together. So this video is all about that. It's trail riding, meeting new horsey friends, and seeing where the day takes us. Who knows, maybe one ride really can spark lifelong friendships. Let's find out. So because I'm not a morning person at all, I get packed up the night before I'm going to ride. So I've just popped in my saddle. There's my nice saddle. Feather's new hoof boots are in there. The saddle pad's in. The Bosul I'm about to put in, and my vest. So I've got the electronics charging up, the GoPro. Phone will charge up overnight, obviously, and yeah, be good to go in the morning. So we made it. We're here, we're ready to go. I'm feeling the fear and doing it anyway. I've met two of these ladies before, and everyone else is I'm meeting them for the first time today. And same with Feather with the horses, of course, so we'll see how we go. So we just started the ride. Everyone pulled up to let the horses have a drink. Feather had already had a drink at the other water trough. But we were happy, the day was beautiful. And then out of nowhere, Feather decided she really didn't like one of the geldings next to her. Like, she didn't just give him a warning look, she went straight into I'm gonna kick the crap out of you mode. Total mare moment. The poor lady riding him didn't stand a chance. He spun, she came off, and to make things worse, the girth snapped, and so the saddle hit the ground too. It was one of those total heart-sinking moments where everything just goes wrong all at once. Luckily, thankfully, she was fine. She wasn't hurt at all. She got straight back on once we swapped out the girth and popped the saddle back on her horse. But it was definitely not the way anyone wants to start a group ride. Feather, what was that? Oh my gosh. Talk about starting the ride with a bang. Just goes to show though, when you ride horses, especially in a group, you have to expect the unexpected. After that dreadful start, Feather throwing a tantrum at the gelding, the poor rider coming off, the saddle hitting the dirt. Gosh, we hung back from the group to give everyone a bit of space. I thought it might help to calm things down, but Feather really didn't get the memo. She wasn't happy at the back either. She's okay in smaller groups. She's fabulous in smaller groups, actually. But with this many horses, she was really feeling unsettled. She started that classic jig-jog, head tossing and full of energy but no real direction. You know, that feeling when your horse is moving but is just so not relaxed? That was us. So we tried a couple of little trots just to catch up to the group because she's nearly always the shortest horse in the group. So we get left behind a little bit. So we tried a couple of little trots just to keep up with the group, and it wasn't too bad. It was too fast. At least she was going though without totally freaking out. I was hoping that, you know, after a little while she might get into a rhythm and be okay, but no. By the third trot, she dropped her head and threw in a pig root just out of nowhere. It wasn't huge, but it was really enough that my stomach dropped, and I'm just left thinking this ride is going to be a total disaster. I felt like I was the ticking time bomb in the group, that one horse that was going to set everyone else's horses off. And you know, those negative thoughts really just creep in. You start thinking that you're going to ruin it for everyone else, like we're the chaos crew trailing at the back, holding things up and being the problem. I tried really hard to just stay relaxed, to take deep breaths, ride through it, and just keep going. But Feather was really tense, and she stayed that way right throughout the ride. She wanted to be up the front, but she just was not trustworthy enough to put up there. She could not settle, and I was having a hard time with it.
Good. Okay, just trot, just. Ah! I might go back. You enjoy your ride.
We're nearly here at Tracy. Come on.
Are you sure?
Come on. The road is here. It's in a mood today.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, she just wants to run. And we'll come flying past everyone, trying to kick the crap out of everyone. Yeah.
But thank goodness for Linda, our ride leader. While I was back there on struggle bus with my spicy mare, Linda was cool as a cucumber, reassuring, kind, and still smiling at me. She didn't make me feel like a nuisance at all, even when Feather was doing her best rodeo audition. Honestly, we all need a Linda on days like that. She really kept it all together.
No. Yeah, usually doesn't matter. Yeah.
You can see how tense she is. We've been over this bridge dozens of times, literally. And she never bats an eye going over here. But on this ride, she's just like looking from side to side and really needing that constant reassurance.
Walk. Walk. Good girl. No. And walk. Good girl, good girl. No. Just walk, walk. Good girl. Good girl.
So that we could all have a trot together, we went out the front so that Feather was less likely to throw a tantrum at the back. And would you believe it, once we were out the front leading the pack, Miss Feather here went slow and steady. I had to keep urging her on to keep the trot going. I was wishing she would keep this energy for the rest of the ride, but no such luck. I mean, as you can see, she's still full of sass and not happy that she's out the front leading the way, but honestly, I didn't know what to try next.
Good girl.
Honestly, this constant jig-jogging, it really wore me out. Physically, I felt like I never got a break. No proper walk, no real rhythm, just that bouncy, tense little trot. And mentally, it was exhausting. I was constantly on edge, waiting for the next spook or the next tantrum to happen. Trying to stay relaxed while managing all that buzzing energy, it's a lot. You start second-guessing everything. You start thinking about your riding, your horse, whether you should have just stayed home in your PJs. It's hard to enjoy the ride when you feel like you're riding a coiled spring the whole way. I mean, what happened to my unicorn Feather? I am now riding a spicy red dragon. But even through all that, I just kept going. Because sometimes it's not about the perfect ride, it's about showing up, doing your best, and riding the horse that you have that day. And yeah, it was tough, but we made it through, and that counts for something. Every ride teaches you something, even these messy ones.
Steady. No. Ah! Steady. And trot. Sit. Steady. Yep.
This is Mummy's too. After our morning tea break, something shifted for Feather. For about 2 kilometres, she actually felt much more like her normal self, her usual, relaxed, rideable, unicorn self. I have no idea what brought it on. Maybe the break helped. Maybe she just needed a reset, or maybe she finally decided that the world was not ending. Either way, it was such a relief. We had a few minutes where I could just breathe and enjoy the ride without constantly having to manage her. I started to think maybe we've turned the corner, but no, it didn't last. Still, I soaked it up while I could, because even a little piece on a spicy ride feels like a huge win. As soon as Feather realised we were on the way back to the floats, oh boy, everything stepped up a notch. The jig-jogging came back with a vengeance. Tenser, faster, more insistent, way fewer breaks in between. She knew exactly where the float was and decided she was done with the whole trail riding experience. I was doing everything I could just to keep a lid on it, but she was in full I want to go home right now mode. We even tried putting her up front with one other horse, thinking maybe leading would help settle her a bit. And it did work a little bit for a little while. She wasn't exactly relaxed, but at least she wasn't in full tantrum mode. We had a few minutes of sort of peaceful trotting, and I thought, okay, maybe this is how we're going to finish, on a sort of positive note. Walk, 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 walk.
You still aren't walking. Thank you. Good girl. That's a good girl. Walk, walk.
Stop it! Stop that! Naughty girl! Yep. Good girl. No. No. Walk.
But no, Feather had one more spicy moment left in her. Literally a couple of 100 meters from the floats, when you think that she'd just be able to hold it together for the final stretch, she decided the horse beside her needed a good kick. For what? Just existing? No warning, just bam. Luckily, no contact. But I was done by that point. Like, really? Now, just when I was beginning to relax? Honestly, that last little kick was just the perfect summary of our day. Unpredictable, intense, and very, very unlike Feather. But hey, we made it back in one piece. So that's something, right? So back at the float, I finally was able to take a huge deep breath and let it out real slow. Feather was finished and so was I. I unsaddled her slowly, just trying to bring everything back down, her heart rate and mine, and the energy between us. It certainly was not the ride that I'd hoped for, not even close, but we got through it. And even on these tough days, I still love Feather so much. She challenges me and pushes every button I've got, but she also teaches me a lot about patience and resilience and showing up anyway. So no, it wasn't easy, but we came home together, and sometimes that's enough. But thanks so much for watching this very real, very unfiltered ride with us. Not every day with horses is smooth, and I'm glad I could share the honest moments with you too. If you enjoyed this little slice of trail life, spice and all, give it a like, hit subscribe, and stick around for more stories from the saddle. See you next time.